Alright, what's up guys? I just posted a YouTube video maybe 10 seconds ago. Very few people probably saw it, but I'm doing a stream today. I'm also recording this and posting it up on YouTube. Today, we are working on a project. I got a bunch of components and stuff like that given to me to build a secondary machine. Oh, and for anyone who is unaware, since the last time I was on YouTube, I have actually built a better computer. The last computer I had actually was the machine we're working on right now. I pulled a couple parts out of it, but most of the parts I actually bought brand new for it. Well, used, but new. And we're keeping some of the old parts that we had in this machine, and we're going to use it for actually running the video recording and streaming. Especially seeing as I'm going to be into gaming, and I don't know if this machine can handle the games that I'm playing as well as do the recording and stuff. With me today, I have my girlfriend's little sister, Rihanna. Say hi.
Hi.
Again, she's new to streaming. I know there's no one on us watching yet. At least I haven't checked yet. We'll check here in a minute. But this is also going to be on YouTube. You okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure. And today we're going to build a computer. She's going to help me. She took a computer science class in high school, which they didn't have when I was there. Pissed me off. But because she's learned a little bit about it, I figured we'd give her some first-hand experience, see what she thinks of doing it. It's actually quite a bit of fun. At least I think so. This isn't the first machine I've put together. And I haven't even looked at what's inside of this thing for a long time. We've got 120 gigabyte hard drive. Okay, this is the one that has the operating system on it. You know what an operating system is? Hot quiz. Come on.
It's been a while.
Okay. You know what Windows is?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Windows, Apple, the Apple software is their operating system. The things in your phone that make them work the way they are, the Android operating systems. It's people also call them OS or firmware or anything like that. Whatever everything is built on to make it work, and then things get added to it, apps, programs, whatever you add to it, that's called an operating system. And you have to have one in order for your computer to actually boot up properly. That's just got to know what it's going to be turning on and stuff like that. So we've got a 120 gigabyte hard drive. It's not much, but I got a couple of extra hard drives we're going to put in it. And let's see. Let's go ahead and pop this back in here for now. Actually, we'll set it to the side because I need to pull everything out of here. Let's see. Go ahead and disconnect this cable. That's an old SD card reader that doesn't even work, so we're going to pull that out anyway. All right. Good Lord, how are these wires even running here? Jeez, what is this mess? Okay, that's the case components, but they need to do anyway. Okay, and then this is the motherboard. I'm sure you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So then you plug everything into to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting here on top of it is a CPU, or in this case, right now it's a CPU fan. That is, I can already tell it would be a pain in my butt to get off. Oh, actually, that wasn't too bad. Come on, come on, get up there. There we go. Oh. Oh god. The CPU just come off with it. Remove yourself. Let's figure that one out. But guys, this is really exciting. I haven't put a machine together in a while, and I'm so looking forward to it. There we go. And the reason I'm removing the CPU is because this machine was having problems back when I was last using it. It would randomly shut off, and I've done research on it to try to figure out what the problem was, and I just couldn't, you know. I assumed it was overheating, and I replaced every other component except for two things. I didn't tried everything but three things. Didn't try repasting the CPU, didn't try replacing the CPU, and I didn't try replacing the motherboard. So I assume it's one of those three problems. So I figured I'd try to fix one of those problems and just go ahead and repaste it and see if it helps. Maybe it was just overheating. So, and anyone who tuned in who thought this was going to be a different kind of stream, I am so sorry. Alright, don't think I need to pull that motherboard out. So we'll just leave that in there for now. I am going to get a cleaning cloth so we can clean this, and I'll be right back. You can say, talk to the people, or you can just stare awkwardly at the case.
I'll stare awkwardly.
Huh?
I'll stare awkwardly.
Alright, I'm back. And normally I would use a rubbing alcohol or something to that extent, but currently don't have any, so I'm going to do my best with what I got. This thing needs a better processor, but it'll work for what we need it to. Alright. Okay. Let's get this thing back in place. And the way you put this thing in is you line up the holes properly. Make sure all the pins go in there. Do not try to ever force one of these in, because these pins are very fragile. If it doesn't just sit in there, you got it in there wrong. So, just like that. Uh-oh. Well, the pins are bad. Need some, babe?
Just some chance with it.
Okay. Want to say hi to the viewers?
No.
You sure?
We have one. Yeah. Don't look like it.
Go on. If you're not going to join us, beat it. Okay. Anyway, sorry guys. Looks like a couple of the pins got bent while I was trying to pull it off of there. So, none of them broke, thankfully. But we will have to readjust some of these pins real quick. Luckily, I've got tools for this. If I can find them. Where they be? Okay, this will probably have to. Oh, there's them. Okay. Alright, straighten up these pins real quick. Okay, got those ones straightened. A couple over here that got bent as well. Thankfully, again, none broke. My microphone's very powerful. I tested it myself. Shoot. Stop telling me how to record, babe. She making faces.
No.
Was she making faces? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Not as you.
Sorry about that rude interruption, people. Alright. In a minute, we're going to take a break and see if anyone has even gotten on to see us yet. This will still go on YouTube, so anyone who's not watching us right now will be able to watch us on tomorrow. And any day after that. Let's see if that straightened them up enough to go in. Okay. there's a bent line there. I need to straighten that, so that's not going in. On the opposite side. Okay, so it works now. I hate when I have trouble like this. Makes it take a lot longer, you know that? These things are very, very fragile. So close to going in there, but I can't figure out where our little delinquents are at that are causing problems. I know it's in the top up here. Where at is the problem. Okay. Still a couple up here in the top left that are a little out of shape. Like that guy right there. Okay. See if that did it for us. Got her in there. Right, well, almost got her in there. Much closer now. There we are. Got it in there. And we lock it into place. Normally it's not that big of a pain in the butt. If the pins haven't been bent, it'll go right back in there. Now, we're going to wipe this guy off. And what we're going to put on there now is called thermal paste. This stuff right here. I've got good thermal paste, Arctic Silver. I remember buying it a while back and it was expensive. The way it works, since the processor's nice and clean, take a very small, hold on. There we go. Gotta get it coming out first, make sure it's not dried at the tip. Get a small little dot right in the center there. Not very big, just a tiny little dot. Then cap this thing back off so it won't dry out. Does not take much. Well, this stuff will usually last you a long, long time. The reason you put it in the dots when it's like that is supposed to, you know. Ooh, dust from that fan got to me.
Bless you.
Okay. You know what this fan can do for cleaning? You know, before we put this fan back on there, I want to dust this thing out real quick. Because that may be another problem that was happening is it was getting clogged up. No ventilation. Clean it out. Okay, perfect. A lot of dust in this. All right. Phew. Thing is old and dusty. Wish I had a half decent air compressor I could plug up and just clean it out. I guess I do, but I'm not plugging it up. Feel a lot better about plugging this up now. My bad. Phew. A lot of dust in this thing, Ariana. Oh. That'll work. Alright. Got a sec. Any of the screws staying there? No, of course not. Alright. There's 3 of them. And that last little bugger off too. Go for it.
There's 3, but
Yeah, we'll look for it in a second. I had a minute. No. Because it doesn't go on here like that. I want it on the other way. Hold on. I'm just crazy. Okay, set this right here for a moment. Find that last screw. You go under it, so where did that last mounting screw get off to? That wasn't very smart of me. Oh well. Guess I'll have to work for now. Okay. Okay. Give this thing another quick wipe down. Okay. Plug it back in. And you have to make sure you put this thing back on properly. You gotta make sure these mounts are going in the right place. One's gotta go here, one's gotta go here. So, we shall put this guy down. Squeeze that out around a little bit. Put this thing back into place. Okay, and then, oh come on. What you going to do that for? Now that's both on there, tighten that thing back down. Alright, now it's back in place. Okay. Okay, put this back into place. There we go. CPU fan is plugged back up. I noticed I put it on there a little sideways, but actually kind of helps. Less wiring in the way. That's fine. It'll still function the same. All right. Let's go ahead and plug this motherboard back up. No disrespect, I don't know why I plugged it to begin with. These two will go right here. One there, one right there. See if I can get that on there. There it go on there. Okay, those wires are back in place. These are the case switches. Alright. This is the HDD light, power switch, and reset switch. Reset switch. Reset switch goes right here. Alright, and the way you figure out where these wires go is you read what it says on the wires and line it up with the pins down here. It's kind of hard to read, you just got to get up close and see what it says. So just figure out where that one goes. HDD. Hold on. This doesn't have any speakers, so we'll have to plug up that. Okay, HDD goes right there. Power goes right here. There we go. Hopefully I didn't put any of those on there backwards, so. We shall find out. Actually, I'm about 100% sure I put on a couple of those backwards, so. It's on there now. Those are all wired back up properly. And can't remember what these two are for, but I know that's how they went on there, so. Okay, we have the case hooked up to the motherboard, and we have the processor hooked up to the motherboard. Now, one of the things my friend gave me was some RAM sticks. 2 sets of matching barrel. Well, it's just 4 gigabytes total. And this thing only has ports for 2. That's fantastic. Okay, well, it looks like this thing's going to be stuck with 2 gigabytes for now. That's really bumming. I'll have to get it some more RAM. Which brand would I prefer to use? Which one's better? Or, well, this one for sure. Okay, we have chosen the winner. The way they sit in there, there's only one way it'll go down. If it's not lined up, flip it. Okay, didn't line up that time either. There we go, now I got it right. And once you push it, you keep pushing it down to those snap into place. And the way that's it in there like that. So. Come on, go down to the right. There we go. And look at that. We got the RAM snapped in, so now we have the processor and RAM both hooked up. Alright. Next thing I want to hook up, video card. I have to figure out something. Wait, I got a cable for that. What about it? Alright. I remember hooking up this guy. It's a royal pain in my booty. Alright. In place? Yeah, everything's in place. Alright, I'm gonna have to hook up a Molex to that, which is fine. Alright. Which a Molex is a special kind of cable connection from your power supply. So, what we're gonna do, because I'm planning on, I got a new power supply for this thing. Yeah, we're gonna put that one in here. It's got a molding, so it'll save me a lot of trouble. Alright, what we got going on here? These connections, audio and input. This thing has a speaker on it. Does it? No. Does it? Nah. You got it, can't be. This thing has a speaker built into it? Can't be.
Is that what that is?
A USB connection. We do have like that one. Okay, the frontal USB ports are working now. HD audio. This thing has an HD audio port on it. That's second USB. This motherboard supports multiple USB connections. That's just a straight speaker cable. This is motherboard not support HD audio. Oh, we can just try to put it over here. No, that ain't happening. Okay. What happened there either. Okay, so there's just not a port on it. The case actually has some form of HD audio, but the motherboard in which we have hooked up here does not. Alright guys, I'm going to tell you what we went over so far because I've been a little bit quiet and sorry about that. We just got the CPU hooked up, the RAM put in place, and the video card put into place. I do want to mount it properly though, so we're going to pull off one of these mounting screws real quick. For some reason, the one that was on it before is no longer there. There you go. Stay in place. That's about the best it's going to get. So, the mounting screw in place. Okay, now we're getting the video card mounted into the case. There we go. So it won't wobble around. This is an older, actually everything in this is older, I'm not even gonna lie. Everything about it is ancient. But get everything hooked up except for the hard drive and the power supply, it appears. Yeah. So, yeah, alright. Let's get that power supply hooked up. Actually, real quick, we're going to take a quick break to see what we've got going on here. See if anyone's joined us on Twitch.
What's Twitch?
The thing we are currently streaming on, sweetie.
Yeah, I know that, but like.
Well, if someone has joined us, they haven't been messaging us. So, alright, let's go ahead and bring back up that so we can see how we're doing. See how we're looking? Gorgeous as ever. Alright. You look alright. Alright, let's get this power supply in here. Right here. This guy right here. Alright. Connections we're going to need. Those are just to set up the power. Hook it to the power to the motherboard. These are the cables we're going to need. This. Okay. All these cables. Alright. And the Molex cable. Wait, that's not the Molex. Charlie said there's a Molex. He said there was a Molex in here. Is he wearing a background? He was. There wasn't a Molex in here. Okay, this could be a problem. Alright. Yeah, that's not a Molex at all. Like, even a little bit. fact that's the 6-pin connection required to hook it up. And these are for SATA cables. This other 6-pin, also for SATA cables. Actually, these are for the IDE. One of these a Molex? Oh, that's a Molex. There it is. Okay, so we do have a Molex connection on here, so we're going to definitely hook this into our motherboard. Now, thinking I may not need one of these. Probably just going to stick. Wait, no, this has a SATA drive on it. The other drive's putting in our IDE, so we will need these. Now, what I'm saying about the whole there's a difference between hard drives or drives in general. There's IDE drives, which are kind of an older model, used a lot in older game consoles and computers, and they, after time, they changed the type of connection. I'm not sure why. I know it's a little bit faster in most cases to use a SATA-based hard drive than it would be to use an IDE, but you have to have the different connections, or you can't use either one. But if you have both connections, you can use either one. Alright, so we will need both, for sure. Didn't realize I had this many ports. But on the motherboard, we've only got room for 2 SATAs, and looks like one IDE. Yeah, it looks like one. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, only one IDE port on here, but that can hook up 2 drives to one port, so that's not an issue. Which we have a dual cable. So we do have a disk drive on here. I won't need it on this computer, nor will I need this floppy disk drive. I'm going to keep them in there for looks. I'm not going to hook them up though. I'm going to keep them unhooked. And okay, let's go ahead and get this power supply mounted. Now the way this sits in here, sweetie, is, let me see. Yeah, trying to make sure I put it in here right. Where's the mounting screws? Are they on the back? Yeah, they'd be on the back. Okay. So what we're going to do is try to scooch these cables out of our way a bit. I do notice that we don't have any screws for mounting this with, so I'm going to have to figure out where to get some here in a second. Where would I have some? Actually, I think I know where I have some mounting screws for this. They would be here. Okay, scooch. Actually, no, they're underneath my desk. I hope there's some in here. If not, I'll have to do some searching for a bit. Okay, let's see how we're looking. Ah, mounting screws. Perfect. For some reason, my case comes with like 1,000. Okay, that's not one we'll need. I felt one go down my leg, which that is one we'll need. And how many mounting screw ports does this thing have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I only need 4 screws, and that's not all we need. Okay, we have the screws we need. Sweet. Do me a favor, hold these in your hand, except for one. We're going to set this in place. Scooch these wires a smidge out of our way here. Make sure they're all still connected pretty well. Alright. The way this guy sits in here, just like this. That fan vents to this hole. So let me set this guy in here. Take this screw and line him up with the hole. Run the first screw in, get him in place. Alright. Make sure the other holes are still lined up. Yep. Oh, keep it right here. Perfect. Give me another one. Alright, pop this one in place. Okay, now it's held in place. So, next screw. Alright. Last screw. And this thing will be in place. And we can start hooking it up, getting it power. I can get this last screw in there. Doesn't seem to want to cooperate. There we are. Okay. Alright. Power supply is hooked up. Now let's start hooking things up. Let's see here. Starting off, let's go ahead and hook up the motherboard directly. And it starts off just like this. Make sure we have it lined up properly. See this side right here? It fastens up with this. So you know this one will have to go all the way on this end. So we line that one up. Actually, how does this sit on here? These two go together. So line this guy up right here. Push it down in there. Actually, we're supposed to push the other one in there first. Come on out. The little one go in there first. Yep, just like that. Follow it up with the big one. There we go. It's all nice and good. So the motherboard itself will now have power. So the other cable that comes out of here, right here. Oh, not that one. This one. Yeah, that one. This is called Molex. The same connection we need for this. Which will line it up. And now our video card will have power. Which the video card's old, that's why it needs a Molex. But it's mounted, it's in place, it's got power. Now we've got cables for hard drives. Alright. Also have an 8 pin for some reason. Not sure what that's for. Not sure what you'd use that for. Not really concerned with it. So, these are hard drive cables. So now we can start mounting in hard drives. Which we have one hard drive that has our operating system on it right here. We're going to put it in place. It's pretty easy to install. You grab this, put it wherever you're going to install it. I need to find my other bay hooks for this thing. There's a cable in my way. The other way. There's nothing holding me back. Why don't you go ahead? Here we go. Now it's going in place. Now we line it up. There it is. You got to make sure there's 2 screw holes lined up so this gets in place. And you lock it in. Now it doesn't go anywhere. Just like that. Now all we have to do to hook it up is grab the proper connection. Since this is an older, no, this is actually the SATA hard drive, so we use one of these cables. And in case we hook up more bays, since this is near the top, we're going to go ahead and use a middle cord. Actually, for now we're going to start with the top one because I'm not going to set up any more drives in this during this setup. Yeah, right there. Hook the power in first. It's nice and plugged up. Now we need to hook up a SATA cable. Do I have a spare lighter out? I didn't think about that. Spare SATA, spare SATA. This may be issue. This may be big issue. We don't have a SATA cable laying around. Let me check in my wire drawer here. Spare SATA. Spare SATA. Okay, looks like I don't have a spare SATA, which is the problem for hooking up that hard drive. So, what we're going to do instead for now, since I can't completely hook that one up. See, right now we have power hooked up to it, but we don't have the actual storage part hooked up to the motherboard. So we can't read all of it. But luckily, I've got a couple more hard drives we can hook up just to boot it up and stuff. And this is a 300 gigabyte. Hell yeah. Pop this one in there. Well, at the same time, you got this one up here, so we'll just pop it in right here. So let's pop this other hard drive in place. Okay, right there. Line it up just like that. Oh crap. These use a completely different style here. Okay. That's fine, fuck it. Pull this guy off here. Disconnect the power to him. Take him out. And just because for now we're not going to be using these cables anyway, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect them. There we go. Alright, so we're going to hook up these cables for now. And tighten. Okay, now it's in place. Put that underneath the hard drive there, out of my way. As this, same for this cable. I need to do some cable management, but I'm not doing that today. And this over here. So now we're going to hook up power to it. And because it's going to be the only cable only hard drive we're plugging in right now. And these hook up slightly different. The power goes in right here, hooked up. And don't know why I was skipping that. But now we do have a cable for this one. So what we do is we start off by plugging this one into the hard drive. Well, not the hard drive, the motherboard. Which goes right here. It's on the left side. Yeah, that's the right side. Okay. If I can get it lined up properly, geez. Shush you. Shush. It is not funny, you. I've never had this much trouble hooking up this IDE. Well, that'd be a lie. Okay, we got it in there. Shush. Nobody asked you. Okay. None of you asked either. Okay. And this is supposed to sit in here just like this. Shh. It's quiet time for you. Time out. Okay. We have a hard drive plugged in. We got power going. Cable management, nowhere to be found. Everything is in here to run properly. Power supply's hooked in. Hard drive's hooked in. Now this doesn't have an operating system on it, so I'm going to have to pull an operating system from my spares. So that's fine. I think I have the key written down for that other hard drive, so I'll just pull that one. So let's run this cable under here. Now this is a big tangled mess. I can clean it up, but I'll clean it up later. Mostly because I don't want to do it now. But you ready to see the machine we put together?
Yeah.
See how it functions? Alright, well we have a monitor right over here that we are borrowing. Alright, I gotta get a DVI to HDMI because that's what kind of cable this thing makes. It should be right here. Not HDMI, VGA. Wait, no, that's the cable I've got, so I'll have to get an adapter. Hold on. I've got one of those in here as well. I know I have an adapter, so it's not in here, so it's in my box of cords in here. not mine. It's Mariah's.
Yeah, I know it's Ryan.
It's my green screen. Haven't had time to reset it up yet. Working through 60. Alright. This is straight EVI cable. Can't find either one of them. None. I might have just that's the one I need. There it is. Okay. Oh, okay. I need to get a power cord out for this too, but that's not an issue. Okay, now all I need to do, plug this guy up. Alright, I'm gonna catch you guys up to speed real quick. Digging through that and let me out of breath. Oh, I need to get outdoors out more. Okay, we just finished putting this computer together. Power supply, everything's hooked up. We're ready to make it running again, right? So, because the video card is DVI only and my monitor is for VGA, I had to go grab me an adapter. I have a cable for it, but it's currently hooked up to my primary computer, which only takes DVI as well. I need to get different video cards. Anyway, we're going to plug this guy up, just like this. Okay. I don't see the point of fastening that properly. So now we're going to disconnect this from our computer. We're going to hook it up to this one. Okay, strong connection going on. Now, all we need is hook up power. So I need to grab a power cord for the computer, which I know I've got a few of those. I'm pretty sure I set one aside for this computer, I hope, so I don't have to go dig it in that box again. Son of a bitch. Mouse I can use. Son of a bitch. Going back into the fray. Eventually I'll be. You'd think I'd have been prepared for this, but we just kind of jumped in. This should be a little bit easier. Yep, already found it. Cool. I like to get those things. Close this down for a second. Phew. Ready to be done with this project. Forgot how tiring building a PC can be. Okay. Now we've got power. Now, I'm probably gonna have to borrow my keyboard from my primary computer. This, however, I can just plug right in. There. remember the front one's not working very well, so right there. Alright. So plug in power. Turn that on for now. I wonder what happened to that cable. Okay. Ready for the moment of truth?
Yep.
Make sure this monitor is turned on. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna press the button. That button right there, just press it. Okay. I figured I'd probably fucked up like that. Try again. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Go ahead and disconnect power. I did mess up at one point. Figures. Oh, and it's in a place that's I used to get to. I guess I'll read these real quick. I put all these on upside down. Reset switch. Goes on. Yeah, reset is the second too. It goes on. There. Hard rail goes right next to it. This one is on top of both of those. Okay. Let's plug it back up. And tap number 2. Alright, hit the button. Again. What do we do here? Okay, disconnect you. Wait. Over here. Press it again.
This one? This one?
What's one? Ugh. Oh. That's the right wire press switches. Okay. We're really glad let's wire this up properly. Okay. We hook up power right here. Reset switch. Let's lay that over here for some reason. Oh, disconnect that. I should keep myself well for that apparently. And the hard drive cable is right next to it here. Cat number 3 or 4.
Amen.
Again? No light whatsoever. Alright. Try rewiring this one yet again. Back over here. On one. This is PW. Right here. Why is this thing seriously just not powering on whatsoever? Got power. It's all fucked up. Powered. Grr. Should be kicking on. I don't understand why. Okay, well, it appears that we are experiencing some very annoying technical difficulties. So, it's going to take us a few minutes to get this sorted out. You have a light on your phone?
I don't have it with me. I can go get it.
Yeah, go ahead and go grab it. Shut the door as you go in and out.
Huh?
Shut that door as you go in and out.
Okay.
Whew. Sorry this isn't the most entertaining video or stream. But we've almost got this computer built and now we just can't get its power on. If there were anyone watching us right now, we could ask for suggestions, but I don't believe we have any audience right now. Alright, power on your light, shine it down right here. I can't read anything that's being said. Shine it.
Where?
Just shine it right from right here, that way. This way I can see it, read what it's saying. Let's take all these back out real quick. Alright. Okay, positive's always on the. So is positive. I have no idea. This is the power switch, the actual power switch. It says power is hooked up right here. No, one pin over. Power, according to this, power should boot up. nothing's turning on. So, if I flip the thing, where it's backwards, this, those two, and there's these two right here. Okay. Nothing. Don't understand why it's not powering up. Power is plugged up properly. Yes. Let me turn this thing a little bit to plug power real quick. Turn this thing around. Yeah. Power LED. So
Sorry.
you're fine. Go ahead and plug these back. Go back in and that the LED should work now, showing us whether or not we have power. So I keep saying if we follow the same menu script as that one did, this will go in there like that. This will go in here like this. And this one will go here. This. But that didn't work before. And if I put the power again. Okay, go up there. There it is. Could be a bad cable. Likely though. It is plugged up. Press the button. Now. Really wish I knew what I was doing wrong here. So frustrating. Alright. Well, I think for tonight I'm going to call it on working on this. We're going to talk to the audience for a sec. So I'm sure they're bored out of their mind watching us work on this. Let's see if there's any viewers got on to join us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect power until we get that sorted out. Alright. Okay. Straightening out my pants. Anyway, guys. Sorry if this video was a little bit boring. I'm trying to get this machine set up, and I figured since tonight was going to be my first live stream, we'd try to set it up tonight. Now, here in a few minutes, I'm going to switch over to trying to play a game while live streaming and see how well it works. It'll be a short live stream. I'm not even going to upload it to YouTube. It'll be a test stream. If you guys want to check it out, you're more than welcome to. My friend, well, slash soon-to-be sister-in-law, I guess would be the best way to put it, is probably gonna go hang out with her sister for now. And I'm tired. I'm sure she's exhausted just watching me. And a little cranky. We couldn't get this thing to work, but I tried my best. And well, for now, I guess she's going to go ahead and get out of here. You want to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody?
Bye, guys.
Alright, well, she's getting out of here. I'm going to go ahead and readjust real quick, guys.
Have fun.
Let's see here. Oh. Whew. That was rough, guys. But, alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it on recording for that video. So, anyone watching this on YouTube right now, I'm sorry if this was a really boring video. I didn't get to talk much, so I'm going to go ahead and patch you guys in on some information. Like I said, since the last recording, I was going to do recordings, but my internet sucked. It was really terrible. As you can tell, I've got much better internet. Now I'm streaming, you know. So happy about that. So I'm going to see if I can really, you know, get into streaming. I've always wanted to, but there's no way I could do that with, like, I think I was getting, if I was lucky, 600 kilobytes per second. That was it. That was minimum. Well, that was actually maximum. Now, and that was download. Upload, I was lucky to get 200 kilobytes per second. Not even kidding. It was terrible. Here, however, I'm getting 220 megabytes per second download, which I'm going to be upgrading that. And I'm getting 22 megabytes per second. Whew, excuse me. I need to blow my nose. 22 megabytes per second upload. So I'm able to do live streams, uploading videos. That last video I uploaded, as short as it was, I uploaded it in about 5 seconds. It was that quick. I've never been able to upload something like that. Even on my old internet, that would have taken an hour, or at least 30 minutes. So, I'm actually living in a different town, about 2 hours away from where I used to live, and I've got a new machine. If I hadn't just tried to figure it out, I would have told you what was inside. I got pretty much everything in it is different from the old machine. The RAM I kept, because the motherboard I have in it is basically a good generation jumper for upgrading. I come from a very poor family, and we can't afford a lot of things, and even with me having a minimum wage job, while I was saving up for things and upgrading and stuff like that with the extra cash I got, on top of saving for this apartment, I was buying parts here and there, and hey babe. And I was buying parts here and there, and I eventually got this machine up and running. It's got the power supply and the RAM are the only two things that came out of the old machine. What is that noise in there?
No. Oh, that's supernatural.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, we got a new machine, better internet, new apartment. So I'm hoping all this will mean we'll be able to do some live streams, upload to YouTube, and get everything working great. And as far as I know, my beautiful girlfriend over here supports me pretty well trying to do this.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, for this vlog / PC build episode, it kind of tanked. Yeah, you'll have to unplug it from my computer. I was testing, and it couldn't even get to fire
That's
up.
fine. You can do it.
But, sorry. But, we unhooked, shit, where was I going? Damn. I completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, guys, knew everything, and I'm hoping that everything will be able to go better. Like, here's an example. I was trying to play Minecraft, couldn't record and play Minecraft at the same time because I was lucky to get 60, 70 frames per second. Now I get about 500 to 600 frames per second on modded Minecraft, as well as getting, and I tried recording with it, with this computer, like on a whole different software just to test how powerful my machine was, and I was still getting 120 frames per second while recording, and that was with HD, fancy graphics, everything, you know, turned up. I mean, that was Sky Factory, so it may be a little bit different with actual Minecraft, so we'll see. And I've tested it with a couple other things that aren't too graphically intensive, because my graphics card is my biggest bottleneck on this computer. I've done research on all the parts that are in this. My graphics card is the crappiest part of it. If I ever get that upgraded, which it'll still cost me a couple $100 to do that, I'll be able to record much better gameplay. But like I said, things that aren't too graphically intensive, I can play pretty easy, and it'll turn out great. But anyway, guys, for this recording, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Anyone watching the stream, which, let me check, doesn't appear to be anyone watching the stream right now. That's a bummer. Anyone watching the stream, which I don't think there is, thanks for coming and watching. I'm going to switch over to playing probably some Minecraft for a minute just to run some more tests, and that will do it for that. I'm probably going to, I'll probably edit this down, and actually I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to slap this whole video on YouTube, and anyone who doesn't like it will get over it, because right now I ain't got an editing software. The softwares I was using before were really crappy anyway, and if I'm going to edit, like do actual videos for YouTube, it'll be videos I actually did for YouTube. Right now I won't need to edit, so we'll see. Anyway, for now, guys, I think I'm going to call it, and anyone who is watching the stream, if anyone, I'm going to switch over to playing Minecraft for a bit. If you want to watch, you can. I'm probably not going to record it. It's just going to be some testing. But, alright. That'll do it. Anyone who's watching this on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe if you like the videos. I know this isn't a good video to go off of, but hopefully pretty soon we'll be able to get some better content out there. And make sure to come check out me on Twitch. I was doing this, like I said, this was a live stream that I recorded to put on YouTube, and I'll be doing that with all my live streams. And I'll be doing vlogs and probably a couple just YouTube series later. For now, this is how I'm going to do it, because I'm one who will focus on streaming. Anyway, if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, make sure to follow me and subscribe. And that about does it. Anyway, see you guys.